Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, owner of GuidedPracticeRoutines.com, where we practice together to progress faster. In today's lesson, we have finally made it. 30 days of better guitar practice has been completed. This is routine number 30. One routine every single day for the last 30 days. If you have missed any of them, there is a complete playlist on my channel for you to check out, and you can see if you can make it through these 30 days with me. In the final routine, we are going to be doing some tritone scale ideas. So this is really advanced stuff, and it would require really good knowledge of triads, of course, and seventh arpeggios. So if you don't know those things well, check out the link in the description. Get yourself a completely free 30-day trial to my website as part of our anniversary offer. It'll get you access to over 200 hours of video lessons and, of course, access to me. So all of the courses, all of the routines, legacy routines, pathways, transcriptions, it is all there for the taking. So join us and see how I can help you become a better guitar player today. Right, let's jump on over to the guitar and let's get through this. So, what are we playing here? Well, I'm playing over like a D7 sharp 9 chord, like kind of like a Hendrix, like. Now, over that sort of a vibe, pentatonic works great. Whatever you happen to play, right? That will work. But what I wanted to do was to create a little bit more of an outside sound. So I turned to the tritone scale. Now, this could be thought of as a subset of the diminished scale, but the tritone scale is what you get when you combine two triads, a tritone apart from one another. So over a D, I'm going to play a D major triad, but I'm also going to play an A flat major triad. Now, that gives us the 1, the 3, and the 5, so those notes are all very inside, but then when I switch to my A flat, suddenly I have the flat 5, the flat 7, and the flat 9. So we're adding a flat 5 and a flat 9. We're getting this interesting sound of both major, but also flat 5s and flat 9s. Really interesting and cool sound. So what I wanted to do was sit and write licks for you that are going to outline or sit on this vamp, but show you how I'm combining triads in order to do that. We have 6 licks in this routine, and we're going to play each one of them 8 times, and they're just streams of 16th notes. I'm playing with a shuffle feel for this, da 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 da, but playing these straight is also going to work. So our first example, I'll break these down for you. We are playing a D major triad, then our A flat major triad, and then our D major triad, and then A flat major triad. So I'm playing that as what I would call a 1-2 string set. So 1 note followed by 2 notes, 1 note followed by 2 notes, 1 note followed by 2 notes, and then a 1-1-1. And my picking is good enough. I can just alternate pick my way through that, right? It's important that you can do that. When we get to the top, we'll transition down to the note D. When I get there, I'll come down pentatonic, ending on the 3rd of D, and I'll come down D major triad, but then A flat major. So D major, A flat major, and then I'll end with my 3rd, 5th root of my D. So D major, A flat major, D major, A flat major, pentatonic, D major, A flat major. Now I'm almost playing with a triplet fill there. When I play with my shuffle, very simple in concept, hard to execute well, right? Just triads though, primarily just triads. Second example is going to go a little bit further. Instead of playing D major, A flat major, I'll play D7 and then A flat 7. That's introducing no new notes, because the flat 7 of D is the third of A flat, and the flat 7 of A flat is the third of G. So it's still the same notes, it's still the same scale, but the way I'm arriving at the notes is ever so slightly different. I'm thinking dominant 7s here. So I'm going to start on the top, start on that F sharp on the 11th fret of the G string, and I'll play up my D7 arpeggio, 3, 5, 7, 1. Then I'll shift up a semitone and come down my A flat 7, 5th, 3rd, root, flat 7. Then I'll play 5th, 3rd, root, flat 7 of my D, followed by A flat 7. So the first bar, D7, A flat, D7, A flat 7. Then we'll come up 4 notes of D7. That one I like because now we're just a straight ascending, there's no jumping back. D7, continue ascending. So altogether we have D7, A flat, D7, A flat, D7, A flat, pulling off to the root note of D, and putting a bend. A little bit faster. Again. That's my idea. Second phrase. Third phrase. Starting to get a little bit more interesting. Gonna add a little bit of colour in this one. So I'm thinking D7, but I'm going to play add that minor third in there. Interesting. D7, and then 3 notes of my A flat major triad. 3rd, 5th root, ending on the 5th of my D. Then coming down, that's a D major triad. Then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes of my A flat 7, and then I'll come down almost diminished scale, kind of D7 but with a flat 9. So I'm stretching out a little bit here. I'm adding more notes. So I played slowly. D7, A flat, D7, A flat, scalar, D7. Again, a little bit quicker. A little bit faster again. Cool sound. That's our third lick. Our fourth lick is going to start up on the F sharp. That's the third of my D7. We'll play. Sorry, yeah. So what am I doing there? Starting third of my D7, coming down D7 arpeggio. Then I just have 2 notes. 2 notes of my A flat. Then we come down D7, but then hitting 13, that's my A flat. Then I'm going to hit my A, 12th fret of the A string, come up, D major triad, then scale, then D major, then flat 7 to root slide. So lots of notes again, but if I play that slowly, a little bit faster. Again, one more time, a little bit faster. And the more you toy around with ideas like this, the more you'll get comfortable sort of improvising, putting these triads together to make these interesting sounds. Everything I'm playing here, it's got a cool outside sound to it. It's kind of like that Jimmy Herring-esque thing. But it doesn't sound like I'm just playing blues scale stuff. It doesn't sound like something Hendrix would play. It sounds like something maybe Hendrix would have played if he went to music school. Not in a negative way, but like in a, you know, the more you play, the more you learn. And the more you look and crave interesting things. Hendrix was playing some pretty wild stuff at periods. And he probably would have gone down this route eventually because there's cool stuff here. Okay, 2 more to go. So we're going to start 10th fret on the low E string. Again, I'm going to do that minor to major third thing. So root, flat, third, third, 5th, root, and then I'll use that as my transition into my A flat major triad. I kind of liked this. Put that slide in there, but it doesn't really fit the beat here. That's my first part. And then D major. D major. A flat major. And then I do again. I'll play the F sharp there. You could do that, but that's the way I've done it there. And then we're going to end what is that? I hit my A flat triad sound, slide into the third of my D, upper D major triad, and then we're just scalar stuff. You put those notes together. Great. Okay, our final lick. Again, 7s, just D7s and A flat 7s. So I'm going to play D7, then A flat 7, then D7. So then I'm going to go A flat C shape, then diminished scale. D7, A flat 7, D7, A flat 7, diminished scale. Faster. Really fast. Well, not really fast, but so any of these ideas are going to be cool and fun things that you can experiment with over a dominant 7 chord or a funky static 7 chord. You can use these in a blues, you can use these in funk playing, you can use this in rock playing. It's jazz adjacent, but this isn't jazz lines. We're just playing interesting and ear-catching sounds in a context that you probably already play. So lots and lots to learn there. If that sounds interesting to you and you want to learn a bunch more about stuff like this, check out guidedpracticeroutines.com, where we have over 200 hours of lessons just like this that you will have an absolute blast with. I've put, my entire professional life into building content like this, and it means so much when you guys get something out of it. So yeah, anyway, enough about me gushing and thanking you for all of the support. I hope you've enjoyed the last 30 days. Check out that free trial. Here's the full practice routine. Let's do it.